the fourth series of the day. I lost it. It's our third series, but it's the fourth series of the day on this stream. It's TNC versus Newbee. And Newbee have been on a nice little run so far. I don't know exactly what their score is.
Would you like me to check?
I would love for you to check.
Okay. Time for me to...
But let's get into the draft, shall we? And we'll watch the bands unfold together and see whether or not Alchemist makes it out. And, of course, he does.
That's just the way it is.
That's just the way it is.
All right, teams. Let me tell you, Blitz Dota coach here, putting on my hard hat.
Yeah.
If you give teams Chen, Alk, you'll lose.
Wow.
You say that as if it's a surprise, but that's happened twice.
Maybe Liquid needs you to coach them again, because that was a bad idea.
Let me say,
Again, secret.
don't do it.
Don't.
It won't work.
Don't you.
Forget about me. Okay, let's check it out. Check it out now.
Check it out. What's it all about?
Never do that again.
Hey, look, Chen Alk. Banned away. Gyro and Enchantress. TNC definitely had a bit of a... Well, I can't... Like, honestly, there's so many upsets that I can't really tell which teams are overperforming and which teams are underperforming, you know?
Yeah.
And how much of it is column A and column B. For example, TNC. That's got to be a disappointing loss to Mineski. They lost 2 games against Mineski, and I feel like out of the Southeast Asian region, TNC was my favorite. I thought they were the best of the 3 coming into this, right?
Are you changing that?
Am I changing that? I don't know. I haven't watched them play a whole lot. I've only watched like half of a game while we're outside. This will be the first time we get to see them in person and against a Newbee lineup that has been feeling pretty hot. You know what else has been feeling a little hot? This 4-position Mirana that's being thrown around, but TNC have an immediate answer to it with the Kunkka. Ancient Apparition actually slips through the pool, which is usually being banned away, in part because it sets you up for the Alchemist first pick if you have first pick, but it's also just a really strong 5 position right now. Combined with the Kunkka, like,
yes,
you know,
that's
you
a kill
love
combo.
Kunkka. It's not just a stun, right? It's a really... Hey, I've X-marks this guy. He's coming back to this spot and getting stunned and stunned again. There's no way you can miss your Ice Blast.
In some ways, it's even better than a stun, X.
Yes, absolutely.
Because what it does is it creates a fear in you as well.
Yeah.
Like the amount of teams that I've seen times people have had to force BKBs.
Yep.
Like the usage of it, it's just like, it doesn't feel good.
And an early OD pickup for Newbee. A little bit surprised by that. Did you find the score, by the way? What's the hold up?
Dude, my thing is taking so long to load.
Yes.
I'm not on the Wi-Fi.
Same.
I hit overview and I've just been waiting. My poor phone has been through a lot lately. Just
yeah.
The guy who fixed it. So no, not that you guys care, but my phone screen just like completely shattered last night. So I was without connection to the outside world for like 24 hours.
Yeah, he bricked his phone.
And then the guy was like, I fixed your screen, but your battery's like pulsing and it might just like blow up. So get that fixed. I was like, what? Nani? Okay, let's take a look real quick. Just a quick look at the standings. Once again, if you do not want to get spoilered, spoiler, it's about to come at you.
We got to do this because we need to keep up with the tournament as well. It's like too many games going on.
We're not trying to just do this.
Real hard to keep track of.
And I'm assuming some people care, and we're gonna save you that time otherwise. But if you don't want spoilers, now is the time to shut off the stream. Okay. With that being said, do the standings after how the games went today. Okay. So far we had Alliance and TNC split. They went 1-1.
Yeah.
PSG, LGD, and Newbee went 1-1.
Okay.
Secret 2-0'd Keen. And Liquid and Mineski went 1-1. That was the series before.
Okay.
The series right now, what we have updated so far, is EG 2-0'd RNG. Kyle's prediction is RNG is the best TI winning team is honestly Kyle
when you
is
get too out by EG.
yeah.
Somebody told me that outside. Somebody was like, EG's back to winning again. I was like, oh, really? Who'd they beat? RNG. And I was like, oh.
Okay.
And they're like, no, it's important because now EG is unlikely to get eliminated.
Yes.
And I was like, damn, how the mighty have fallen when you're just trying not to get eliminated in groups.
And then VP Navi.
Yeah.
1-0 so far in favor of Navi.
Oh.
Dude, does that mean by transitive property, Infamous is just like the best team in the world?
Well, they did go 1-1 with Navi.
True. But Navi and Infamous both look good. Remember how we said they're stocked both rows after that series? Definitely saw that. OG have 2-0'd NIP with picking Wisp twice.
Yeah.
And Vici Gaming, of course, went 1-1 against Infamous. And now, on the other side of things, we have Liquid versus PSG LGD, Alliance versus Keen, Chaos versus Mineski. And with us, you have TNC versus Newbee. And EG still have one more series to play today. They will play 2 games against EG.
So what is TNC's current record?
Now we will go through the records. So at the top of Group A, we have Secret at 4-0 with 8 points. Right after that, we have PSG LGD with 6 points. Then after that, we have TNC. And then after that, Newbee. So Newbee and TNC are both 1 game within each other. Why are you laughing?
Because I can't follow this. What? Just TNC, how are they doing? What's their score? That's all I want to know.
They're 4 points.
All right, 4 points.
They're third.
All right.
First place is Secret. Second place is LGD. Third place is TNC. Fourth place is Newbee.
4 points is what?
TNC.
How many wins and losses?
They're 1, 2, and 1. So they've drawn twice, won once, lost once.
Okay.
Like, so they got to it.
Yeah, they got that was that 2
Newbee's
against
1-1-1.
Mineski. So Mineski's definitely overplaying. Like, sorry,
sure
not
they are.
overplaying. They're
Right now, the team
Whatever
that's
it
like
is.
in the dumpster right now is Chaos.
yeah.
Chaos is just getting. The only team that hasn't pummeled Chaos is Alliance.
Mm.
That's not good.
It's not good at all.
Who's Alliance?
Rubik and Queen of Pain for TNC. Beastmaster for Newbee. A damage amplifier for the OD makes him a bit stronger. A nice solid lockdown to set up the arrow. And will help out the Lifestealer as well.
In Group B, dude. Group B looks like a shit show.
Why is that?
Just because. I mean, RNG and NIP are tied with 1 point, and they've played three series.
That's rough.
10 seconds
Yeah.
remaining.
I didn't really like. I didn't expect NIP to like
5 seconds remaining.
To own.
But I thought, I thought top 8 was conceivable.
Yes.
But this group stage has gone just terribly for them. I haven't watched like any of their games, so I don't know how their losses are happening. I don't know if they've had any close games, but it's that's a team that qualified through the DPC system pretty heavily. I guess a big part of it was that 1 win with Mind Control, right, where they placed what was it, 3rd, 4th?
Yeah.
At the major.
10 seconds remaining.
Lifestealer, though. A hero that doesn't have to worry about Kunkka too much. The pure damage or the Queen of Pain is a little annoying for you, but this is definitely new. The Newbee have established a strong late game lineup, I think. A lot of synergy between their heroes. BKB piercing stuns, saves from OD, heroes that scale. TNC looks to be hitting you with the hard and fast lineup. And now probably falling back on like a nice hard carry 1 position.
Heen in cell number 7. That is AU's name right now. They have a lot of respect for their coach.
Newbee.
Yeah, I've been meaning to sit down and talk with Heen, but I know he's probably got a lot on his mind right now. So I just like everybody attributes a lot, like TNC just all of a sudden becoming, this next level team from where they were before to Heen, and I'm curious how much of that is actually him. I don't want to ever oversell or undersell the coach's impact because the players are the ones playing the game. So
It's probably like if TNC was 95% of the way there, Heen gave them that extra
yeah,
5% to reach their potential.
yeah, I feel like that's very likely.
I mean, they're 3rd right now in the group.
Yep.
That is not an overrated team whatsoever.
No,
But
not
Newbie,
so.
they can overtake them right now. With the 2-0 win, Newbie would leapfrog them. With a 1-1 split, TNC would still be in the same position, top 3. But right now, both teams are in the upper.
Say then your last pick for a 5 position, yay or nay?
Yate.
What?
Yay.
Do you agree with this or you disagree with this? Is a 5 really that impactful that you want to save it for last pick?
I think it's more how the draft developed. Because they saw their mid-matchup pretty early.
Yeah.
I think it's part of it. And then they wanted to, I mean, they've been picking Mirana all the time, right?
Yeah. So you think it's just like, OD's good against Kunkka,
Yeah.
so we're going to take that. And then it becomes, well, Beastmaster, it's a good offlaner, just look like a good lifestealer game, so that we said, well, we might as well pick it up now because we don't have last
We
pick.
don't wanna get
We don't
banned,
have the
yeah.
overall last pick, so.
So realistically, if you'd swap the position of the CM and the lifestealer, would that have looked better to you?
Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
That like, and the Beastmaster was picked 3rd, so it's not even like he was.
Yeah.
I actually think the order.
If anything, like the when you don't have last pick, there's 4-5. The 4 is more important to pick. Like
Before it
you
gets
have a
banned.
replacement to CM.
Yeah.
If CM gets banned, there's another 5 position you can play for Pylai
Whereas
Tide.
everybody knows you're going for a carry,
Yeah.
and if you want your ideal carry here, then
And it's Phantom Assassin. I was wondering, like, basically you have to address a lot of ideas here with this last pick for TNC. You have to have a hero that's not going to have a terrible lane against Beastmaster, isn't hard countered by the Primal Roar, is a hero that is aggressive enough to be able to get on top of OD and fight, while simultaneously not being like a strength core that loses to Lifestealer. And that is the agility core Phantom Assassin. The natural blur is really good against Lifestealer and OD.
such a cool PA set.
You like that? I was like, in my head, I was like, I kind of overstepped my bounds. I was like, I should let Blitz break down the analysis of why this PA pick is good. And I was like, I'll just leave it at the blur. Space open for Blitz. Pause. That's a really cool PA set.
What do you want from me, man? You said that blur's good against OT. Wow, some real groundbreaking analysis.
All right,
bro.
well, I left the rest to you. So
Let's give a handout to Austin Walsh, everybody. Really set the world on fire on that one.
I'm just saying, I took the easy step. Now give me that harder analysis.
Cap is to analyzing what Michael Jordan is to tennis.
Our gift from now.
Dude, I bet Michael Jordan's dope at tennis. I mean, he's a good golf player, right?
Yeah, sure. I think the PA is more for all the other heroes. That's Tiger Woods.
Come on, man. Come on. How you going to do that to me, Scrib? How you going to do that to me? Michael Jordan does play golf for anybody who thinks that I mix the two up. He plays in all those celebrity golf tournaments and does quite well.
Yeah, but the dude's a billionaire. I don't think he needs to. He doesn't need to do anything he doesn't want to at this point.
Yeah.
All right, so in genuinely speaking, I think the PA, it's a good pickup because I think it's good against all the heroes. Realistically speaking, a lot of physical damage. The damage that isn't physical, she's gonna get a BKB. That's gonna be her like second or third item, right?
Okay.
Yeah. I think she's really nice against Lifestealer as the game goes on, too, because he's purely physical pretty much, aside from like the radiance that he's gonna buy. Blur is just really nice to play against Roar, so like the vision game is not. That's another thing too, is that the vision game is not that crippling for a hero like PA.
Yeah.
Once you have Blur against the Hawks and stuff like that,
Cool,
which I think is like an underrated aspect that you probably would have thought of as
a lot of damage comes out.
Rubik.
The arrow actually landing onto the Rubik here, but they're going to fight back thanks to the Fate Bolt slowing down so much of this damage. The dagger comes out. You are realizing he can't really go for that bounty rune. He's going to have to run down river instead of up to his lane.
They're still fighting it out, but
Yeah.
it's going to be a 4-on-3, so just gonna have to back that one out.
Yeah, so that's Newbie walking away with almost all the bounty runes there. You are almost committed to get 4 out of 4, but so Blitz,
what's up?
isn't there a problem with TNC's lineup?
What is your problem here? Lack of wave clear or what? No, they have decent wave clear.
The wave clear's okay, but they just do not hit towers.
Okay, I think their bigger issue is that their fight starting is a little bit awkward.
Okay. Yeah. You have Kunkka as your
A
initiator.
large part of that is like when I realize how many blink initiators you have,
Yeah.
and it's not that good. Whereas I feel like Beastmaster War is kind of like a catch-all. I think Beastmaster War gets even better once there are no stun or once there are no saves against the Beastmaster War.
Yeah.
Like every game that I see Beastmaster played, it's always against some OD or some Shadow Demon or Oracle or Legion Commander, and then it feels very underwhelming. But when there's no save against it, it feels so good because it almost always guarantees you a kill to start the fight.
Right.
And that's huge, right? Whereas like
From the night.
Rubik Lift is kind of nice, but like there are ways to deal with stuff like that. Like they can get 4 steps and things of that nature. That makes sense.
I guess my concern is, I know Newbee has better late game, right?
Yeah.
Am I wrong? Okay. And then like the combination of having going up against a team that has better late game and just not a single core that hits towers, or support actually that hits towers.
But what
for you.
TNC is always going to do is they're just going to kill you and then push.
Yeah. And that has been, you know, a lot of the TNC idea of Dota.
We're going to kill you a lot.
Yeah.
And then the game will be over.
I mean, Cuckoo himself said at last year's TI that if you're playing good Dota, there are no individual plays. They just want to be able to 5-man and run around to people. This aggro.
You know, I want to see Cuckoo, not to like touch a live wire or whatever, but I want to see TNC just to hear the amount of boos.
You and I are both suckers for
the drums.
For the drama. I'm always down for like, you know, a quote-unquote villain. Just because I like to see the reaction from people. They wanted this matchup, right, against the Beastmaster for like PA against Beast. Is that what they wanted?
I think so. I mean, he's gonna farm, and there's some kill potential, I guess, with AA. Not really sure though. I don't know if they love this idea.
Actually, both the matchups work against Beastmaster, right? Because Ti, or excuse me, oh, they're gonna try and jump on a Pylite die here. Pi jumps just a little bit too close, and they instantly grab him. That's gonna be your first blood for Captain AU.
I could have told Pi that was a bad idea.
Yeah.
Got way too far ahead of himself.
But I think Kunkka would match up pretty well against Beastmaster, right? Because the cleave hit, killing boars.
Just really kill the boars though. And the time that it's not up, you're just gonna get right click.
Yeah.
Or it'd take like 3, right?
I don't know.
Let me do the math.
I know boars have low armor.
But let me throw out the math real fast. 50 plus 67, carry the 14 into the 9.
14.
Looks like it's going to be 4 hits right there for you, Cap.
Okay.
Buddy boy.
Now can I hear the math on how many seconds that is?
Oh.
Armel gets picked off. That is finally the rotation from MSS. I was wondering when it was going to happen. Eventually, there was going to be the imprisonment arrow.
The regen.
Okay, Scriff. Scriff just did one of those. Stupid.
Dude, Scriff is actually so bad. No, I'm just kidding. Scriff, you're legit, dude. We requested you specifically, man. Come on.
We did.
Relax.
And you're making us look real bad right now. For
Honestly. This is the last time I'll tell people.
Newbee did have top 3 CS. It's dwindling a little bit, but the Lifestealer and Beastmaster have had very successful lanes so far. Bottom lane, they're getting into a fight. Pylite Die is going to be chased away from this bounty room, but they're going to all stack onto this one at bottom. UR is going to try and eat Tim's alive if he can, but the open wounds is not going to be in a good enough slow.
Yes,
Pop Shrine, Pylite Die is going to be fine. Slowing down. Gabby with the Crystal Nova will not have it to turn around. That's a good Crystal Maiden player right there.
Let me say that he really wanted to keep chasing the CM, but the sheer amount of CS and XP I think he's missing makes that not worth it at some point, as I hear an X.
That is just on old Rubik, so he can come back to lane with full mana and just keep Fate Bolting.
I like it.
That actually sounds like a really annoying combo. Oh, and he brought a bracer too for Cuckoo. Here you go, buddy.
Just for good measure.
So the real one that's suffering in CS is that man right there, Armel, who's died twice now, and as a result, 17-5 compared to a much higher CS for the OD. And as you saw from Scriff, that is an imprisonment arrow combo.
Oh, did he catch that one?
No, but he gave us the post-fight summary.
Scriff,
That it allowed me to use my imagination to really see it. It was like I saw it live, you know?
Scriff, I have a lot of pull at Valve. Let me just say,
The toss into the telekinesis. MSS for a moment was like, oh, thanks for throwing me away, until splash. Of course, he always has leap. That is the unique thing about 4-position Mirana. I learned that one from Blitz.
Yeah. Scriff, I am a Dota Plus owner. They have to listen to me.
I have a level 1000 compendium. That's like having stock in Valve, you know?
I died.
Pi does manage to get up a healing cell for a decent amount of time, but is still going to be chased down by Gabby.
There's a ward there, buddy.
Yeah, he knows it too. He thought he got around the tree, but now CCNC is here. Well, Alex Hanold trying to get the pick off on Gabby, disappears for a moment, and a moment is all he needed to get a TP away to safety. Arcane Rune OD, that's actually pretty gross. That's a very low amount of time. Low cooldown on. Low uptime, that's the word. Uptime on the imprisonment.
That bottom lane. Oh, the arrow hits to a creep.
Oh, Cuckoo. We might be able to get away because of it. Nope, that Starstorm's going to be back over the top lane where we have the Primal Roar. Snake King, though, is still going to be gone on as Gabby and Tim show up. Making sure Gabby has a good lane, I think that's really important.
Yes.
I think Kunkka, as an offlaner, is like kind of hard to punish in that regard.
He's just really tanky, and eventually he gets boat, and then he's even hard to kill.
Yeah, like more in the fact that like if you have levels, you're going to accomplish what you need to as an offlane Kunkka.
Oh, okay.
Right.
That makes sense.
You don't necessarily need like to have a good lane with lots and lots of farm.
I mean, he's
So-
definitely at an above-average lane, though.
Yeah.
33 CS, not bad at all.
No, certainly not. He's pretty close to the Beastmaster, who the king himself has had quite the good lane.
The real
even
rough
if he's
time
died.
so far is Armel.
Yeah, Armel is the clear core that has had a target put on his back.
Let me say, by
And
the way,
MSS has hit that target multiple times.
aside from everything, like I think CCNC has improved so much this season too. Like, his stock
Oh,
just
yeah?
continues to rise because I felt like he was sort of an afterthought on that NIP team. And
Oh,
this
sure,
season,
sure.
He's definitely made a name for himself.
TP up to the top lane. MSS knows there's a fight coming. Snake King is the target, but Arrow nails Tim's. The boar made him slow enough that it couldn't be dodged, especially in that corridor.
See, this is what support Mirana does to you. A
Mhm.
5-second stun. What other hero does that?
That's true.
On the flip side of things, like Armel is, I feel like Armel is like on that cusp of being like that's the dude.
Yeah. He's the be-all, end-all of mid-lane aggressive carries.
Yeah, like he's about to enter my guy status.
Yeah. Maybe that's why Newbee are taking such an aggressive approach, trying to shut him down in the laning phase. Armel and Tim's trying to catch CCNC, but he's been fine. You know who's really been looking hot lately, though? I agree with you on CCNC a bit. I think he definitely looks better on this team than on NIP, but
Yes.
Yawar.
Yeah, Yawar,
I did not have that high of stock in Yawar.
he might be the better performing Hassan brother this TI.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just had a sick tournament so far. Watching that Newbee LGD game, he had a pretty good Sven game.
I can't believe we have a family that's. That was the X-Boat.
Pulled back onto the Snake King. Can they actually burst him down fast enough before he gets any spells off? And it looks like it. The Sonic Wave going to be used to finish him off before the Primal Roar comes out. Yawar will take that kill onto the Rubik, but Armel snatches the Bounty Rune away from him. The board's going to be able to slow him down. Armel needs a lot of time for this Blink to come back up. Can Cuckoo save him? The telekinesis, the arrow's going to land. Starstorm's out. Fairy Fire's not good enough, nor is the bottle hit. CCNC will have the last hit and a killing spree for himself.
And that commitment for that rune ends up getting him killed here. Is Armel, the one thing about him I'd say is I think he really relies on, and he prides himself, I think, on that one-on-one matchup.
Yes.
And when it doesn't really happen, it feels like sometimes he can flounder a little bit.
I think he tilts a bit.
Yes.
I've heard a lot that Armel is he was well respected for his skills in Southeast Asia, but it took him a while to be on a top team because like he was a bit toxic, you know?
I mean, it looks like it so far, not the toxic part, but the fact that they're able to like tilt him a little bit.
Yeah.
That is an uncharacteristic mistake for him to walk up that and like battle against the lifestealer in that situation without the blink up.
Ice Blast making its way down to bottom lane. Are they gonna rotate, or is this just to kill the? Oh, this is just kill the range creeps and then hope the siege wagon dies faster.
And that actually leads Yawar to pop the infest for a second. Maybe a little bit concerned for that time period that somebody could be coming over. But he is gonna get the tower for free, and this is a huge boon because now what'll happen, Cap, is they should all in on defending this top tower on the side of Newbee.
Yeah.
Don't give up this top tower. Don't give up this mid tower. Those are the new objectives. You can defend these too because you have the vision game with the Beastmaster and the Mirana actually with their ulti.
Hey, what's the new timing on PA? Because I feel like PA isn't the same kind of hero that she was before, ever since they changed up the talents. Huh?
Once broken before.
Yeah, she was
Straight up like the craziest hero in Dota.
It felt like she could always be a good carry, right? She was good in the laning phase. She went into the mid game looking strong because like her level 20 talent was quite good at that time. Now it feels like there's this window where you really have to farm up so you ensure you get to level 25.
I know Rezo always goes down if he can help it. But that really
There's a lot of abilities used. Armel, 8 seconds. Can he juke this out for 8 whole seconds? The arrow doesn't hit, but it gives him the vision to be able to claim a Primal Roar kill.
And that's the second time where he's gone for a CM kill in exchange for his life.
Yeah.
And he's got to realize, like, he's level 9. These are really costly deaths. This is what's allowed CCNC to be almost level 12 at this point, too. It's because he's always there, gets the return kill.
It's a vicious cycle, right? Like, you die because you have a low level of blink, and then because you die, you spend less time out on the map getting experience, so you continue to have a low level of blink.
Yeah, let me tell you guys, Pylai Die is the biggest bait in the entire world.
Yeah.
This man is happy that he has died in exchange for your life. In fact, he's just happy he died. Screw the exchange for your life. Gets to chill out a little bit, yell at his team for not saving him.
You think you get a free Pylai Die kill, nothing gets exchanged, you think you're happy,
Joke's on you, man.
but over on the booth, Pylai Die has just pushed up his glasses. You've fallen into my trap.
Really
I think better when I'm dead.
Yeah, really got Yu-Gi-Oh'd.
He gives his team all the strategic information.
Everyone just farm non-stop. Never use the infest. YOLO.
Hey, do the Hector.
He's even going the same build that Hector does when he goes these like Wraith Kings and Lifestealers.
Oh no, he did. But this is something Hector didn't do. But I remember we talked a lot about in the NA qualifiers, the casual belt of strength.
No, Hector did do this as well, dude.
Oh, it did?
Yeah, on Wraith King.
Oh, that's right. It was Wraith King.
Yeah, he does it on Wraith King.
He wasn't doing it on the Lifestealer, right? But it was the
He started doing it on Lifestealer too. Well, he has it queued up, I think, when... I'm not really... I think it's because... I think it's in situations where you're going to go for the halberd.
Ah, right. And then that's...
Makes you really tanky, let me say that.
Yeah. It'll be a good pickup to deal with this Phantom Assassin.
Look at that, Yawar feels a little bit concerned that they might be smoking to him and immediately going to back up, and he was completely right. Look at this, Cap.
Smart reads. And you know what that is? It's a combination of good vision and Beastmaster, man. Beastmaster. I think actually Mirana adds to that effect as well, because Mirana can naturally play more aggressive because she has a leap escape mechanism, but it just feels like there's so much vision that you can intuit when these smoke ganks are happening a lot easier. Oh, look at this stack though. Oh no.
This was meant for the PA and the Battle Fury. Ice Blast gonna follow up, but
oh, the
gonna get
stolen arrow from Tim's. Nails the Beastmaster.
You think that's worth though?
That is not worth at all.
No, I meant, do you think it's worth it for a newbie?
No, yeah. Like, I don't think that, sorry, I was saying it's not worth it for TNC.
Yes.
The fact that they killed a Beastmaster but lost their stack. It's like the gem exchange, right? It's like Newbee not only got a bunch of golden experience out of the ancient stack, but they also took that same golden experience away from you. But Gabby's just farming away. He's got to get his Battle Fury. After his Battle Fury, maybe he gets the Death Zone. Maybe he needs BKB.
I actually started thinking about how Battle Fury versus like the Deso works as a first item.
Yeah.
Like the Battle Fury is nice. It feels really good. That's like one of the weird things. But at the same time, like you're just farming for a while.
Got the Siege Wagon.
Like you have to farm and then continue to farm, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And it feels like you're slowing down your timing because you don't really love the idea of going Battle Fury into BKB. Ice Blast Fallout 2.
It's good imprisonment. That's enough space for them to be able to take the tower. But can they get out, though? The boar is slowing down Cuckoo. He's going to try and go for the TP out. He's good. He's safe. You are seeing all those TPs out. He knows it's his time to leave the bottom lane. Try and go back to the jungle to finish up his Radiance.
Quite close to it, too. We'll have the Relic any moment now, maybe even with the next Midas usage once he clears through this jungle area.
It does seem like Newbee's a little bit timid to fight, and I appreciate that because you have a little bit of a slower lineup and you're so close to that Radiance. Like, you could just wait 2-3 minutes, then go for some fights. Oh, that's a lot of blood for such a little bird. Are you crying, Scriff? He can always summon another one. You know that, right? It's like, have you heard about the clone-a-pet? Yeah, like you lose your pet, but you just take some of the DNA and clone it. It's like you've got. That's what Beastmaster does.
I wouldn't want to do that.
Feels unnatural.
Yeah, it does. Man was not meant to soar this high. He is in fact.
Have you ever had a pet?
Yeah, I'm technically a cat owner right now. Ha 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 ha. That's a good one, Scriff.
I'm not repeating that one, Scriff, for the audience.
Scriff said.
No, he didn't say anything. He said nothing. Ice Blast headed through the mid lane. Joke's on you. That's Pylon Die. He's one with the cold. Fools! You've casted 2 ultimates on me.
You won't get the tower, guys.
You feel like TNC's just kind of like, we need to kill something. And Pylon Die's just there, and it's like a release of frustration.
Pilot Eye's like, it's okay, guys. I will take it for you. That's what being a good guy's about.
A little bit of a slow game right now after laning phase. 8-8, 19 minutes in. Newbee holding the network lead.
The nature of the 2 carries.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's what I was talking about. I was asking you about the timing of PA. Because I just don't know when you can fight with PA.
You can go once you have BK, or you have Deso Battle Fury.
Right.
It's just awkward because going for like the 3rd item BKB feels really odd.
Smoke up from Newbee. This is their Radiance timing, so they're feeling good.
They want to take this mid tower is what they want to do. They wanted to find somebody in the jungle, progress into the mid tower. Would have been the ideal situation here. As a sentry gets laid out, they are going to de-ward here. In this area, he's going to spot some.
He's got a board to be able to spot them some things. Hawk is coming his way. He's got a Fade Bolt, pull the creeps off the tower. And Newbee will not find the opening they were hoping for. Oh, that Mirana's getting really farmed.
Almost has the Aghanim Scepter. I mean, that's kind of what MSS just does on this hero.
Yeah.
He's also been a part of a good amount of their kills. 1, 0, and 5. Might be in the most kills on their team.
Something about these 4 positions just not spending their gold on like upgraded boots and stuff and just rushing a really key item. It just seems quite strong.
There's no real boots he needs to go for. Like maybe Arcanes, but he's got a CM on his team, so he doesn't really have to worry about that aspect either.
Moonlight Shadow will find an opening. Tims, who's been defending this mid tower with Fate Bolt after Fate Bolt. There's still several TNC members, and OD, he just blinked into that one, but they don't have the burst damage to be able to deal with him right away. The Ice Blast is coming in. Is it actually going to hit anything? It doesn't. The imprisonment will protect him against the X as well. Newbee have made a pretty clean get out of free here. Pylai die, well, that's just kind of expected of RML. He's got a Yule Scepter. He needs to be able to use it now and blink away, but he can't actually get it off. He's been stunned for too long.
That is the 4th time I feel like he's died to kill Pylai die.
Yes. And did he really need to blink down into the river area? I don't think so. Well, at least they protect their mid tower, right? Blitz.
Yes. I mean, that's the big boon for them, but it still doesn't feel good making this specific 1-for-1 trade. Like, yeah, you defend your tower, but you might just lose this bottom one. And you've once again traded like, a big asset for Pylai die of all people. Dude, Pylai die is like level 10. He doesn't care about dying. It's like your Cop's level 14.
I like how he's gone the full survivability build, too. Double bracers, 250 health. That way he can force as many ultimates as possible when he dies. So you don't agree with his second item, BKB? You think it was Deso and Fight?
No, I actually think this is fine.
Oh, okay.
I just prefer getting Deso with BKB.
Gabby, you might have to use your BKB right now. Pylai dying so tanky because of the extra armor. Even with the double damage, Gabby's a little bit surprised by that one, but thanks to the blur, he's actually pretty tough to be able to bring down the arrow. Can he come fast enough? It does! The BKB doesn't last long enough. Can TNC come into this one? Because they actually took down CCNC during that timing. But you are. He's pretty tough to be able to fight. They do have the imprisonment on Tims. He's going to imprison himself during this open wounds. He has a telekinesis ready to go. Can he actually use it? The arrow's going to be blocked in by Cuckoo. Soaks that one up for his team. The Cold Feet actually locking down the Lifestealer. Yawar falls, and Cuckoo looks for an extra X kill. But Moran is able to leap away.
And that was the BKB by both their cores being used right now, but still a good team fight by them. And they take the mid tower.
They kill OD, take mid tower, get the dominating kill streak off of the Lifestealer as well.
No, that's all a win for them right now.
That is
Very
win-win-win
by TNC. One thing about TNC is, like, I think they like to ramp up their aggression little by little. Now that they have the BKB on the Kunkka, the BKB on the PA, I'd imagine they just want to take fights everywhere now. And once they hit like their 3 BKB timing, it's like, well, who do you want to roar?
Yeah.
You saw how difficult it was for them to take down the PA in the first place. Like, her blur is very effective against the rest of Newbee's lineup. Not just the OD.
Yeah. You know what I've actually felt stronger and stronger about as I play support is Quelling Blade or Tangos. Dude, right-clicking wards is actually a game loser.
Yes. It's just that extra time that you're around that area.
Yeah.
Because you didn't smoke to get there, meaning as soon as you get spotted, people are running towards you anyways.
Yep. Like, how many times does a core come up and kill the sentry you're trying to kill? Then you're like, damn it, I have to use another sentry. Pylai doesn't have space for something like that, though, with all his bracers. Bracers and wards, that's all I need. Mid tower is still live for TNC, but they're playing up a top lane right now. It's a 25-minute bounty rune spawn. Newbee try and get into position for this mid push, let the boars do some work with the Solar Crest protecting the creep. The mass rotation coming out from TNC as the siege wagon arrives. Need to be able to quickly deal with that.
And they're just all farming in the triangle right now on the side of Newbee. It's a little bit awkward when you still haven't taken the mid tower of the enemy team. Just making moves feels a little bit bad right now. You're probably going to have to smoke up, win a fight before you make anything happen.
Yeah. See the Moonlight Shadow TNC playing very defensively right now while that wears out. Newbee, though, even if they haven't taken that mid tower, right, they're not in too much of a rush. They have the net worth lead. They have been out farming most of TNC. It's only the PA who's slightly ahead of everybody else.
That's sort of natural, though.
Yeah.
The ability to hit these Ancients for free with Blur and, you know, she's Battle for She farms really quickly with the max Blink Strike, or Phantom Strike, I should say.
So as soon as we get Deso, is TNC going to ramp up that aggression again? Or are we waiting until, like, the end game level 25 plus Basher? Give it to him, highlight eye.
I'm not sure. The debate really here is, like, who do you think wins late?
Yeah.
On one end, you have an OD Beastmaster plus Lifesteal. On the other, PA, Quap, and Kunkka.
I imagine...
Both supports feel useful.
Yeah.
Like, at least on TNC side, like, the AA plus Rubik both feel like they can scale. Whereas I don't know if CM can.
I feel like I could see TNC winning late game when PA hits 25 and stuff, but like super late game, she's gonna top out in a way. And this OD, like as the BKB timers get lower, as OD gets Scythe of Ice, built up more intelligence, the hammer drop becomes more and more dangerous. Like all those sorts of things. So for me, it's like TNC. They're building up, and they're gonna have to reach critical mass and then just end it.
Yes. Do they have to just do it all in one fell swoop? Well, it starts with this Aegis.
Yeah, it absolutely starts with Roshan. Gabby, he can kind of do it solo, while the rest of TNC hangs around outside of the pit. That way, Newbee don't feel comfortable just jumping in, but at the same time, you're trying to Roshan against a Beastmaster lineup. And that's never gonna be easy with that Hawk always hanging around.
It's a little pervert. It's just spying at you from the sky.
You're not the only one who says that.
What?
Is it so wrong to observe things, Scriff? Is it so wrong to sit there and watch people? It's not perverted. That's his job. That's your job, too. You're like a Beastmaster Hawk. Now, obviously, you weren't watching close enough because I was talking at you, but we have Gabby quickly eliminating Pylite Die. The Moonlight Shadow's going out. They're going to try and chain stun it, and they just quickly take him out.
Jesus.
The Sanity's Eclipse against an agility hero. He didn't even have the multiplier before that. He picked it up afterwards.
And they're going to get Roche.
And they're going to get Roche. I mean, and for me, like this whole build up into critical mass thing, I think you lose so much momentum when you lose your PA.
Yes. I mean, your PA is the majority of damage with the way that the rest of your cores have decided to itemize.
Yeah. Because once the PA is dead, like, Newbee can be super fearless in everything they do. They can take Roshan, they can force any fights they want, they can spread out and farm a lot if they want to. And now they're just getting picked up one after one. I'm not sure if AU had the right idea there, but now he's may have caught Timson in trouble, but thankfully the rage he stole earlier is going to buy him a little bit of time. The toss back is going to slow down some of these heroes. The Torrent does land on two, but Tim's is still dead.
Dude, some of these
Armel's going to go in. He does have the Sonic Wave, but that's not enough to be able to finish off Snake King.
He had a BKB for that cap.
He did. And Newbee will retreat.
He was trying to get
losing anything.
The tail end of Snake King, who popped his wand at the same time. Oh boy. Newbee. They are rolling right now. Good momentum as the arrow gets thrown out. That was the BKB usage from the Queen of Pain. I think that was just picked up too. That's 9 seconds now. She has 2 defensive items.
Oh, by the way, that's another kill. Oh, MSS. Prism and save is going to be there. The Ice Blast. Looking to be able to clip him as he comes back out. Not there in time.
Helps that the Lifestealer decided to take the long route around to help him out.
By the way, Gabby died because he went for a kill on Pylite Eye.
Happens every time, man. Happens to the best of us, Gabby.
Like he didn't learn from Armel, man.
Happens to the best of us, buddo.
I'm beginning to think that like Pylai Dai is just this strategic genius, and the best thing you could do is just ignore him. Like every fight, you just leave Pylai Dai for last. That way, you're sure. 13-16, Newbee. They've been holding about 3,000 net worth lead with their strong amount of farming, but that last fight was critical, and the net worth plummets down now into their favor.
Yeah, with the Hex finish by the OD, he's a solo kill threat.
Yes.
Like, this is what OD, this is the items that all the ODs, like, relish getting, because once you get it, no hero on the map really survives against you until they get, like, Aeon distance, stuff like that. But realistically speaking, like, PA's not going to get one.
Yeah.
Quap already has 2 defensive items.
And this also means that now, in order to beat that OD, you need superior initiation, right? You need Gabby to be able to comfortably go in with his BKB and blow up important cores to win that fight in that short timer. But against this Beastmaster, it's very hard for PA to find that opening. CCNC will usually have the information, and he'll have the jump on that PA to get that side device out. Hit him with the Sanity's Eclipse. And there's no rush either. Newbee look confident in their late game because MSS has been scaling out as a forward position. They've got, I think Beastmaster is like one of the most feel-good off-lane heroes in the late game.
I mean, having something that can pierce the BKB is always going to make you useful.
Yeah.
Like, by default, you're okay.
At that point, usually in the late game, it's like your Primal Roar is the same duration as most people's BKBs.
Yes.
And that feels sick. And even Pylai Dai's gonna scale because now he's got 150 GPM. He's like, I could use a 3rd and 4th bracer. Every 3 minutes, that's another bracer. Another one. Tim's needs something to change this game up. That's why he's going to try and get a Blink Dagger. See if he can steal Primal Roar or something. I don't know. It's just like, it's one of those games where it's like, feels like TNC is being suffocated. At first they were okay with it because they're like, oh, PA will reach this really sick timing and he's just going to like go ham on everybody. We can win the game in under 5 minutes just taking fight after fight. But he had his BKB, he had his Deso, and he just got blown up by an OD.
I think the problem with it is that he doesn't have a secondary core that can follow up with him in fights right now.
Yeah.
Like, they all have BKBs, but he's the only real damage dealer.
Absolutely.
So they can just save Roar for him every single time.
I mean, this 3-position Kunkka idea is a disabler and provides team
Like,
fight
look at this.
potential.
He just has to pop out right now.
And he has to throw out the boat as well because he knows he could get Primal Roar. The boat actually hits him, but they're going to go for somebody else. And that's the PA. And again,
he's going to hold his Roar every time.
Yeah.
For just the he doesn't care about this Kunkka. He's like,
yeah,
oh, okay, like you BKB TP'd out, but it's not like I care about your BKB anyways.
Yeah.
And as a result of holding onto that Roar, they catch the PA instead. And they're just gonna keep doing that right now, Cap. And he needs this Kunkka to not have the Solar Crest. And he needs his Queen of Pain to not have the items that she has either, because right now she doesn't threaten very much. If she were to blink in, there's a good chance they could just right-click her.
Yeah.
Newbee is on a roll right now. As TNC, like you said, the idea is cute, but the actual like pure execution of it just kind of feels mediocre.
Would you say there's a good reason we haven't seen like a ton of these solo PA carries?
The problem with it is that eventually your BKB starts to get a little bit low. You need some form of like major control if you want her to work too, or like some sort of hero that creates chaos for you.
I mean, it felt like back when it was the 20 talent, the triple stifling dagger, your BKB was almost always, maybe not 10 seconds, but it was a solid 8 or 9. But now, because it's a 25, right, you usually have blown through some of your BKB. So right as you feel like you're strongest, right as you hit your level 25 and have the triple dagger, you only have like a 5 or 6 second duration BKB. And PA has always been incredibly dependent on that item.
Yes, I mean, BKB for PA, that's just how you're able to fight. It doesn't really matter what the rest of your items are if it takes 2 seconds for you to just get blown up every single time by the Hex.
Yeah. But who knows? I mean, the power of RNG. There's always a possibility that Gabby just starts one-shotting people with a little bit of luck. TNC, they're going to need a whole lot of luck to get themselves out of this hole they're currently sitting in. A 17,000 deficit against Newbee, who's just controlling the map and probably waiting for the next Roshan before they try and assault the base. Everybody can get their late game PA items like the MKB that's already on the Lifestealer. Does OD, is he going to go for Bloodthorn? Or is that Shiva's?
Yeah,
good
just
defensive
more
item.
armor. Plus, I think every team should have Shivas at some point.
Yeah.
Like, you can go AC plus Shivas on your team together, and all of a sudden, like, everyone's really just a lot tankier, like, naturally. Plus, like, Shiva's the active is always underrated. Although he is saving right now, maybe for buyback or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, like, PA lineups can always come at you in a blur, right? In a hurry. I did not mean to do that.
Ha 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 ha.
But they, you know, like, PA lineups, it's always kind of scary because they can make that really just fast kill happen. All of a sudden, they're running you down. Oh, that's an arrow. That's
You know
gonna
your
find
assessment,
tips.
by the way, where you said they just can't tower hit.
Yeah.
Like, that's sort of coming into fruition too, because part of the thing is, if you can't 5-on-5, you should be able to at least split push or
Yeah.
like threaten, which is what Infamous, like, that's what they made their bones at, right? They just kept split pushing.
Yeah.
But if you look at TNC's lineup, they don't really do that altogether too well either.
MS has hit one arrow in that area, and he's just going to keep throwing them down.
But if it hits again.
If it hits again, that would be another kill. But as it is, TNC have left that side of the map because they're sticking around Gabby. I just wish they wouldn't stick so close to Gabby because, guys, he needs the experience.
He really does.
He's a ways away from his level 25. Meanwhile, OD, I'm pretty sure he's just a sliver away from 25.
This game has really started to slow. And it's just strongly benefiting Newbee. They're just getting more and more ahead. I think that TNC maybe thinks like, oh, we're going to beat them late game with our PA or something like that. Because right now, they're not trying to force anything. And I think they would be wrong.
It's like that one death on Gabby. They're like, oh, we missed our mid-game timing. Have
Guess
to
we're
go
out of
late.
that one.
And it's like, it doesn't really work that way, right?
Of course not. And it gets scarier because Newbee's OD can continue to scale. Their Lifestealer can continue to scale. Like, they have ways to deal with this more or less like solo core PA.
Yeah.
Because Cuckoo is not getting any damage items.
Yeah, Scriff is bringing out a good point. Are you supposed to go the 15% spell lifesteal? I thought you were supposed to go the plus 60 seconds.
It really varies. A lot of people go the lifesteal. Like,
Okay.
what's that guy's name? The best OD in NA. 747.
Ah, I was like, huh?
The main hero he plays.
Yeah.
Oh, they're gonna walk in.
Hey, you. He's going to be spotted here. Glimmer Cape trying to get rid of the vision that Newbee has, but a Boar and a Hawk can still get him. They're going to turn. Oh, my God. Not again. Dude. They just committed so much to be able to kill Pylite Dime. He's still alive. The Torrent's finally going to be able to finish him up, but guess what? Armel got too close. He
This is like the
sacrificed up.
fourth
Like,
time.
how many times do you fall into the trap?
Is that the 5th time they've done that?
Like, why are you using Boat and Ice Blast to kill a Crystal Maiden?
Because I genuinely think they can't kill anybody else at this point.
Guess
And
so.
they're probably right, honestly. But it just feels bad because Armel's done this now. It just looks ridiculous because of how many times it's happened, right? More than anything. Like, it's frustrating if you're a fan of Armel because you're like, why does it look this bad? And it's simply just because he has nowhere else to go or nothing else to kill. And that's the first kill that we've seen in a while, like this first set of sequence of actions. Because
Yeah.
I think Newbee, the funny part is, like, I think Newbee's completely fine with the pace of the game.
Oh, yeah.
Like, all they've done is grown their lead. Whereas TNC has just slowed to a crawl.
They've just been four-manning around Gabby while he hits
We
creeps.
saw, by the way, like, this Kunkka have the Solar Crest and BKB, like, what is it, like 15 minutes ago? And his first item that he's picked up in all that time is like this Shadow Blade.
Yeah.
The fact that like no item progression is really coming out on his side. Whereas like we've had the Shadow Blade on this Beastmaster, right? And he's got 5,100 gold. He's just bought out a full BKB
straight
himself
buys
now.
BKB.
And let me just say that they have 2 Vlads on the side of Newbee. Pylai Dai has one for some reason.
Why does Pi have one?
I have no idea. As top lane, maybe a fight here as they're going to go again on this PA. The roar instantly blown up.
The Sanity's Eclipse against this agility hero. It's all you need.
And the Banisher
and
spamming
the
it.
BKB wears out. They get the imprisonment to stop Cuckoo.
The arrow follow-up.
And
they're
they
gonna
have a
steal it.
buyback on Gabby, but they don't have one on Cuckoo. Now AU's in trouble. There's the Ethereal Blade from MSS with the Aghanim Starstorm.
They don't even have Pylai Dai here to bait for them. And this fight has gone so well.
You know what that means? It means nobody's going to die on Newbee on this fight.
It looks like it at this point, as a Basher's now completed on Yuar, who has an MKB, so the effectiveness of that PA going to die down a lot more.
Oh,
The jump
they finally
in.
get the jump. They do manage to bring down CCNC. Armel gets him with the Sonic Wave and the Ice Blast over the top. Yuar's actually going to get telekinesis as well. Won't be able to get invest inside anybody, so he's going to lose his Aegis here. How is his team going to bail him out? They don't have Primal Roar. They do have Freezing Field, though. That's one ability. Yuar with the Rage. TNC
Oh,
a little bit
Pylai Dai.
timid.
Oh, poor Pi.
Gonna go for Pylai. The
the
arrow
arrow
hits! It nails Armel, but Yoar, can he commit to this? The Ethereal Blade, the Glimmer Cape's gonna be able to protect him from a lot of that magic damage. The Primal Roar onto Gabby. MSS trying to get away from that big carry. Armel,
The arrow
he's helping out. Gabby hitting with the arrow as well. He does have the dagger, bashing up the Lifestealer. That's gonna be able to keep him away from Yoar. Jumps over to AU, so he will survive here, but still. Heroes getting lower and lower. The Yule Scepter preventing their retreat. The TP in from MSS with the Boots of Travel, scaring back the rest of TNC, unable to pursue again.
Man, that arrow stolen by Tims did so much work in that engagement as he narrowly dodges one of his own.
Yeah, he hit that nice arrow on the Lifestealer, right?
Yes. That would have almost certainly led to the kill on either the course right there.
Yeah, I mean, PA dies because he's got an MKB on the Lifestealers, so.
I mean, the sheer amount of times, though, that I've seen that story, it looked like it was going to happen again, where Pi dies, but he gets traded out for the Queen of Pain's life,
Yeah.
or one of the core's life, but this time around, the fight finally goes successfully for TNC. They don't lose racks as a result. They kill the OD, probably the best of the situation. They did have to use the buyback, though, onto the PA.
I'm presuming he got the evasion talent right on the Lifestealer.
Yes, 100%.
That's kind of our problem for a PA, isn't it?
Dude, nobody doesn't go that talent.
Yeah. Open wounds lifesteal.
I legitimately haven't ever seen anybody take that.
No. I will, though. On my support lifestealer.
Oh, here we go. Pi
Pylai
gonna get jumped
die.
on.
He shows himself, saved by the imprisonment. TNC tried to hit him with the Tim's arrow. They will be able to get him with the dagger from a distance. That was too slow. The X actually going to be able to hit the torrent there on CCNC. He has an Aeon disc, so they should not overcommit to him. They do have the Ice Blast with the arrow, but it's not going to be there in time.
Arrow
Tim's-
for arrow right now, just being traded out. But without Pi, it looks like Newbee going to end their round of aggression. There is a Lifestealer right now in MSS who is bonkers farmed. Let me just tell you, he's 5-0-14 cap.
Wow. They say he's the man that deserves the cheese, and he's going to go attacking as well. He's going to go out the dagger and find the Scythe of Ice initiation onto the Conquer with the arrow coming in. He's dead already, and Gabby, he's actually going to retreat. The Ancient Apparition is definitely dead, but they really want Gabby. That's the important hero right now. He's going to BKB, TP out since they already used the Primal Roar. There's nothing left to save, or stop that hero from saving himself, rather.
And now with 2 heroes dead, maybe this forces them to decide to go for the high ground, as they're going to first take out the Shrine. This will secure the next Roshan too when they eventually decide to go for it in potentially 3 minutes.
Newbee, is this their time? Is this the time they're finally going to push and break open the high ground? They tried to do so earlier. The top lane only managing to get the tier 3, but now it feels like Newbee can make that full commitment with no buyback on the Ancient Apparition and the Kunkka.
Look at that solar crested lifestealer. He is ripping into that tier 3 tower. No real response from it. He does have the Abyssal Blade, so it's really hard for the PA to hard commit for any of these fights anymore. The Abyssal plus that as the arrow lands.
Into the arrow, that's going to be a nice long stun, but the imprisonment is always available. The Sonic Wave to clear out the creeps, try and bring up the backdoor protection.
Yeah, there's no Aghanims or anything like that for the Queen of Pain, so she's just trying to buy time.
Yep.
And they might have successfully done so, at least for the time being. They're pinging towards that other shrine.
Spell blocked for Queen of Pain. Not the fear.
I don't know about that. Dude, the Scream of Pain is pretty much a spell block in a way too. Because when you get in there, it stops everybody from casting on you anyways. Like, it's your own form of defensiveness.
Having a blink instant AoE disable is so strong.
Yes. And 1.5 seconds in an AoE is pretty sick.
Okay.
That's hard to not take.
I mean, he still has a blink instant disable because he's got a sight device, I guess.
That's a DD rune is snaking, waiting in the area. He's going to get spotted by that sentry.
He was going to bait it out, but the X marks the spot, kind of spoils his idea.
He's being cute there, but...
The infest onto CCNC with the multi-shot Sacred Arrow. They can just keep throwing it out. Somebody may get caught unawares. Or maybe it's Tim's. They get close inside the base. The side device initiation. Tim's is already dead. He does have buyback. Cuckoo teleporting in pretty aggressively. Pylite Die is going to be the initiation, but there's the imprisonment. The Ice Blast used once again to try and kill that Crystal Maiden. They do have the CCNC locked down. The Andis is going to be able to protect them. There goes the Primal Roar on that double damage. PA, the DD is going to wear out now, and so is the BKB. And he's still
That's so much damage.
Eclipse. It almost one-shots the PA, cleaned up by Yawar, and that's it. She's dead for 2 minutes, a minute and a half on Armel's Queen of Pain. And honestly, I think Armel might just be happy that his suffering is over.
He's like, I am done with this game. Let's reset. This was...
I mean, this was the slowest, most grinding loss we've had so far.
Yes. And
this was Newbee up for the last 20 minutes.
It's very telling when... you know, the fact that they killed Pi at some point, I think it was legitimately because they couldn't kill anybody else.
Yeah.
I don't even think, like...
The weird part is like...
You should try?
No. That they should have just been able to do it from a distance. That's the whole entire point of like this Kunkka, AA, plus
PA.
the dagger. It's just like every single time Armel overcommitting, that was the really egregious part of all of that.
It also doesn't feel good, like, throwing Bo plus... They threw so much on top of the CM every time.
Yeah.
And that was the majority of their team fight abilities.
Yeah.
That's the problem. I think the problem I have with it is when you commit the AA Ice Blast.
Yeah,
That's your core killer ability at that point. Once you have to use that every single time to get anything going.
It's supposed to like threaten the lifesteal a lot, especially not being able to get the actual lifesteal mechanic.
And Gabby just needed help. Like they had nothing to really help him with. This like solo core PA, that's what it felt like.
Yeah.
And so it made her life like impossible to play because Beastmaster could always just roar. And you saw that time and time again. There's that one engagement at top where they skip Cuckoo entirely to continue to look for the trees for this PA and they find her. I was like, oh, that's usually a sign that they just don't even value anybody else.
Nobody else is a threat. Just deal with Gabby. That's it. Once we've done with him, the game's over. And sure enough, that's how Newbee played it for the last 20 minutes of that game. They do solidify their win because they do need it. Not top of their groups, but they can be if they just continue
now with TNC and
pull
standings.
out some wins. They're tied now. If they can beat TNC in this next game, they will overtake them for the third place slot in their group. But we got to take a break. So we'll be back very soon with Game 2. Welcome back. It is game 2, Newbee versus TNC. The last game of the 4th series, last cast for Blitz and I think Toby Sin might be finishing out the broadcast. I'm not sure. Somebody
Dab for
is.
them, dude.
But it's...
10 seconds remaining.
Do you want me to check for you?
Don't you dab on me ever again.
It is.
Let's get into the draft, shall we?
Toby Sind?
It is Toby Sin. See?
Wait. Am I crazy? No, it's God's Lacoste, dude.
GodZ Lacoste. See? It's the
See?
Australians. I get it mixed up.
The Australians.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, God's is Australian.
Yeah.
I don't know why I said that so disgustedly. That's perfectly fine. My be God's. There's nothing wrong with being.
Newbee's turn to
TNC had a rough game 1, man.
Dude, that does not begin to describe the type of game. So
I
Scriff
can't
went back and
imagine
showed
how
us-
mentally exhausting it is to be in a losing game like that in TI and just it drags out on you.
Scriff went through it. We were looking at the player items, the progression. And it was like the 31-minute Solar Crest into the 41-minute Shadow Blade for Cuckoo. It just never seemed to end.
Yeah.
The only person really getting items was Gabby, but even then there was a 10-minute gap per item he got.
And it feels pretty bad when all your net worth is on a hero that almost literally gets one shot by Sanity's Eclipse.
Yeah, whereas Newbee was just grabbing items every like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Like there was a AC and then 3 minutes later there's an MKB.
Yeah. Newbee are going to ban away the Marana. They're not going to give an opportunity for TNC to pick that first pick for Tim's. No Beastmaster for Snake King, which is arguably been one of his most successful heroes.
What's funny here in this situation anyways for Newbee is the fact that like or for TNC, it's like TNC learned the lesson too late. Don't give MSS Marana. Whereas like
Yeah.
Newbee's like, you know what? We don't have to learn that. We're okay not seeing what Tim's Marana looks like.
Yep.
We are perfectly fine with it.
In the qualifiers, Snake King went seven wins out of 7 games with Beastmaster.
Oh.
100% win rate. And that may continue considering Newbee's win rate so far in the group stage, which has been pretty good. But you gave out the Chen.
10 seconds remaining.
Mistakes?
5 seconds remaining.
Much like Russ, Newbee's about to receive an L.
Newbee's
Mm.
turn to pick. Enchantress.
If you're wondering why Blitz made that joke, that is because Gabby's in-game name is Russ.
And it's the rapper.
And that is a rapper and has his picture as well.
Yeah, Russ is definitely.
Gabby is a good player in Dota,
Gabby's great, and he seems like a great guy too. So
10
but Blitz does not agree with
I
his
don't like
musical
Russ.
taste.
TNC
I'm sure Grant doesn't like Russ either. After this is over, I'm gonna go to dinner with Grant, and we're gonna laugh at Russ.
Enchantress, Crystal Maiden, so those are some good answers to Chen, right? You've got the Enchant to be able to steal away some of his magic resistance creeps. You've got the Frostbite to kill one of those creeps as well.
Yeah, and
Though it may not die if you have like 80% magic resistance to your creeps.
remaining.
It may just be stuck there for a while.
it's stuck. It's just like a little bit of tar. It's bothersome.
Mm-hmm. Is this good enough, though? Are these good enough answers to Chen? Is Chen a hero that you can leave out there?
Most of the time, I'd say no.
Yeah. Why is that, Blitz? Is it just the magic resistance auras? Is that too overpowered?
Divine Favor's crazy too.
Divine favor?
TNC
You don't think so?
No, I'm just repeating what you said.
The
honestly.
Santa Claus himself.
Shandy Claus. Hero that does pretty well against Enchantress. So you can have the 1v1 if possible.
You want to aggro a Chen?
10
I don't think so.
remaining.
But
I
maybe,
have seen it
but
before.
maybe Newbee wanted to aggro you. You know, who knows?
Seconds
Yeah, I guess.
remaining.
Who knows?
Aggroing with Chen kind of feels rough because you don't have access to the pull.
Yeah.
You know, the only thing I don't like about the new style of Chen play is it feels like I liked the old style of Chen play with like microing creeps and like it having a timer and all that.
Yeah.
Like I thought that added value to the game.
Yeah.
I don't mind like certain core
10
heroes
seconds
that got turned into supports like Slardar and Abaddon and Omni Knight, like they didn't really have a core playstyle in a way. Like whereas I feel like Chen's pretty iconic.
TNC Predators turn
Yeah.
to ban.
Turning him into 4 mini centaurs feels a little bit cruel.
This very high skill ceiling hero. A support hero that has a high skill ceiling as
Yeah.
well. There's not I feel like there's not a ton of those. Just gets turned into
10 seconds remaining.
it turns into a game of hide and seek. You just run around the map trying to find magic
5
resistance
seconds
creeps.
remaining.
And once you find a centaur camp that has both the little centaurs, it's like you won the game. You're like, oh, I did it.
I have out RNG'd all of you. Alright, I'm gonna take a look at the standings myself because I
Alright.
want to continuously update myself because TI is an exciting time period.
It sounds like it.
What?
Just the way you said it.
Dude, I love TI.
We're honestly like a bit what's the term? Busheled. We had a hype series
Mm-hmm.
before this one, and then that last like 20 minutes of that last game just I bet I only feel half as bad as TNC feel from that last game, Like I was commentating the game, they had to actually go through and have life-changing money on the line. And they had to go through that, That's just rough. But hopefully mentally they have reset themselves, gotten themselves into a better place. They've already identified some heroes that they want to be able to take away, like that Beastmaster. They're also not going to let the Lifestealer get out there as well. I feel like Lifestealer is one of the better heroes that to deal with the Chen because he doesn't feel very pressured by the Chen creeps when it comes to laning phase.
Turn to pick.
But I guess nowadays you're not actually in the same lane a whole lot. It was still out there, by the way. That was a classic Sand King counter. I say classic, but when Sand King in 7-2-1 was being picked by everybody, it was Nyx Assassin. And Nyx Assassin is also good against Ember Spirit and Enchantress. I'm just saying, and Crystal Maiden, actually. I'm just saying it's a value pick for both teams.
5 seconds remaining.
I don't know if it's actually good synergistically with your lineup. I feel like Nyx Sand King you've got this weird overlap,
It's kind of like the same hero
Yeah.
in that regard. Moon used to say like, don't pick heroes that do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
That was like a big thing. It's like you want heroes to like initiate in different ways.
Newbees
All right,
turn
time to look at how things are going down.
Ooh, that makes the Nyx Assassin Newbee. Let's go. You don't have like a nice like frontliner, which Nyx Assassin's really good at. Boo! Come on, Newbee, make me look smart. Instead, it's going to be the Magnus, which is kind of a frontliner, big team fight hero, and is going to make the Ember Spirit look much better with that Empower buff. I mean, Ember's already kind of a sick hero. If you can buff him up in any way.
10 seconds remaining.
Plus, CCNC Ember's been pretty sick.
5 seconds remaining.
Like CCNC Ember's been pretty great.
Yeah.
He had a great series earlier too that we were watching, or that I was anyways. The 2 games that I saw him play as Ember, he had really nice games. Same, they had like a really nice series against Liquid, where game number 1 where he just completely took over.
Yeah.
By the way, Liquid is not looking hot.
Yeah. It's Liquid's
Just
game down on
yeah.
somebody.
Just to give you,
Spoilers.
okay, spoilers. All right, here we go. Liquid is now in the lower half. They're 6th.
They're 6 because they lost a game to LGD so far in that series.
Yeah, they're actually just not doing it.
LGD looks pretty good. VG still looks like from the rankings anyway, VG still looks like the superior Chinese team, but LGD definitely proving why they were second in that
But
region.
Kyle told me they're getting bottom 4.
Well, he also said RNG was going to
5
win.
seconds remaining.
Both very likely things to happen at this point.
Sven pickup. That's always nice against Ember Spirit, right? Like, if you can get the Sun on Ember Spirit, Sven's going to blow him up. But on top of that, Sven's just a big tanky hero. Ember Spirit's going to have a hard time challenging him. You've got a nice frontliner for Lina to be able to play around a little bit. Is this going to be a 4-position Lina, right? And we're looking for our mid hero now? That's why they ban away the Kunkka against the Ember Spirit in that matchup.
Mid lane is not what it used to be.
Yeah. What happened?
I just think that there are a lot of heroes that like play well around her, and she dies really simply too.
Yeah.
Everything kills her.
10 seconds remaining.
And Newbee, meanwhile, they're looking for their safe
5
lane
seconds
carry.
remaining.
What's good? What's good here against Sven, and can lane well against a Sand King?
TNC
They say
Predators
Slark.
turn to pick.
Which they're probably not wrong about.
Not sure.
Slark Mag is like a pretty potent duo.
It's
The fact that
duo
you
right
steal
now.
stats and then you
Yeah,
have a
with the
percentage-based increased.
Okay, let's see.
10 seconds remaining.
So mid heroes right now for TNC,
seconds
I could
remaining.
see. Gosh, it doesn't feel good right now. You know what hero I'd actually kind of consider? Clinks.
Turn to pick.
Mereska has
Wait, what?
arrived.
What?
It's a mid Lina.
Oh God. Okay.
Yo. Isn't Lina supposed to beat Ember Spear?
It's fine for Ember though.
Oh, okay.
It does, but it's fine for Ember.
Okay.
And in the game state, I think Ember's really nice against Lina.
Yeah.
And for Newbee, I think they need to now take
10 seconds remaining.
Lifestealer.
That was banned.
5
Nothing.
seconds
Juggernaut?
remaining.
Juggernaut against Sven is a little icky, but it's
I don't-
Juggernaut versus Lina.
I don't love playing Jug against Sand King though.
Oh, okay. It's not the same as Lifestealer. Because I thought you said Lifestealer because of it. I thought it would lane better against Sand King.
I think
Willow.
it's just nice against Sven. Like your level 20 talent hard counters is Sven.
Oh, okay. I gotcha. Well, what else you got?
You could take our Gordon.
Give me another one. I don't feel good about it.
You could take Spec.
Okay. Yeah, it's gonna be hard lane.
Yeah, it is.
That's gonna be a real hard lane. It's a Spec against Sand King Willow. Give me another one. Give me a better option.
It's hard to see one honestly at this point.
Ursa, Troll, Terrorblade,
Yeah, one of those.
Juggernaut.
Now
It is
select
Jug.
your heroes.
Juggernaut. My very first suggestion.
I was just trying to see if there's anything better.
Yeah. It did not feel like there was a lot of the meta heroes. I listed some heroes that were definitely not super meta right now.
Maybe there was a cooler pick
What
there.
happened to Troll, by the way? Why is he not getting picked up like he used to?
I think what changed about him?
I don't know. All I know is they fixed his Aghanim Scepter. That's all I remember of the recent changes. If you're looking for that in that area, I actually just hover over the abilities. I think it's actually faster that way. Hover over the abilities. Over the abilities, the icons. Test. Oh, it doesn't show the patch change. Scratch, do you remember? All right, nobody in this cast knows what happened to Troll. He's just gone MIA. He's just missing in action here at the international.
It feels bad for whatever reason. I don't know.
I mean, I don't really necessarily think it was
Okay,
good for this game.
so
but
portion of it is that he used to be really good against Morph.
okay,
That was like one of the main draws for him.
sure.
And Morph is like no longer really
Yeah,
picked so much.
they nerfed a decent amount of Morphling.
I think he was good against like a lot of the mid heroes that were prevalent in the last patch too, but
Oh, okay.
it's just one of those things where I think certain heroes, for example, like Monkey King, used to be good against like everybody, and now he's just garbage against everybody.
Yeah.
He's such a boomer bust hero nowadays that almost nobody picks him anymore. And I think it's the same thing now.
Oh man, I'm trying to give Scriff some room.
I got you, dude. Here,
Thank you, thank you.
I'll go from here, and then you two there.
Looks like TNC is going to be setting up with an aggro tri-lane. What, am I controlling your computer now?
If you want to.
No, dude. I don't want to do that. I was very happy just chilling out in the middle,
Okay,
watching Scriff.
Dude, Scriff's a good obs.
Looking good.
Well, I'll just watch Scriff.
So they're going to aggro tri-lane into the Juggernaut. And Sand King's going to have the 1v1 against Enchantress, which I believe I said in the drafting phase.
Why'd you slap
Did
me?
I not say that, Blitz?
Stop hitting me. Abuse.
In which case, Newbee are going to dodge that matchup.
What do you want from me, dude? Like, you're smart. What do you? If you're really good, nobody needs to tell you. That's what Ben told me once.
Except for in a cast, because if I do all the good work, then it's a solo cast.
That's fine. It'd be better than Purge Gunner and Febby yesterday.
Oh, come on, bro.
I'm just kidding, man. I didn't actually watch the
poor
cast.
Gunner.
I love Gunner.
I love Gunner too.
Shout out to Gunner, guys. Come on, give Gunner
Yeah,
a break.
by the way, guys, like Gunner is literally just like volunteered for extra work, much like Scriff here. You know,
he's just trying to do a good job.
he's just.
I'm sorry that your ex-personality didn't get in, but like he got an invite and he accepted it, and he's trying to do the best that he can. So you know,
Yeah,
you feel bad if you're a dick.
yeah. Just don't be mean to him specifically.
To us, all you want.
Yeah.
Like I don't care if you guys.
You
flame
can blame
cats.
us for that.
Yeah, like, and I'm like,
We didn't do anything, but
I'm like,
you know.
I'm Lumi. I'm like grandfathered in.
Yeah.
I'm at all your TIs. You're not getting rid of me,
So that means you can be the lightning rod.
dude. I've been.
I want to see 10 Reddit threads about Blitz Dota right now.
The key here is I've always been a mediocre caster, but like, you just continue to get by. You know.
All you have to do is be good enough, you know.
Yeah. I've made a career off of like being okay.
Hey, me and you both, buddy. Me and you
Yeah,
both.
exactly.
I figured there's no way Valve can invite me if I'm a pretty good analyst, a pretty good panelist, a pretty good commentator, a pretty good host. I'm gonna fit in somewhere, right?
Yeah. Dakota.
Where's Dakota
That's
at?
true.
There's the other man of
Dude,
that man is the first man to now be a part of the production side
Yeah.
of TI as well
a
as
great
the talent
producer.
side.
Let me just say, every time Toby does something unlikable, like I'm like, I guess another year secured. Don't gotta go on the job market for another year. I'm good, guys. Scriff's trying not to laugh right now because that's a messed up joke to make.
Yeah, why are you laughing at that, Scriff? Come on.
Yeah, we're friendly. Don't worry. Nope.
Okay, Kuku's going to go for the instant TP away because he did go for Caustic Finale level 1. That's a quick thinking play there from Kuku.
To go for the caustic?
Well, not the Caustic play so much as the TP.
Yeah, the caustic play, I don't know if that's a thing.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a thing
Let me just
at all.
hard reset on that one, Cuckoo. Oh, he's just not going Sandstorm, which is the main thing that most Sand Kings do.
Maybe it's because of the matchup against Juggernaut. Oh, they're going to switch lanes again.
I mean, you're not going to beat the Jug in lane anyway, so what's the point of it, right?
They're going to be able to pull him in, get the Burrow Strike kill onto Snake King as he runs into another Bramble. That actually got him killed, I think. First blood goes to Kuku. And they can try and swap lanes if they want to now.
This is the best part about Trent, by the way. That's how he's able to do this. And the guess on a CCNC. He had a double pop self. Oh, Armel. He's mad. From last game.
Yeah.
This is his revenge.
Who's like, why don't you just 1v1 me like a real man? You had to result to cheese. That's how they won the mid lane matchup, right?
Dude.
Imprisonment arrow.
I think he wanted the one-on-one.
Yeah.
It's like, give me CCNC.
And now he's trying to establish dominance. And look at that, 16-9 against the 5-0 of Ember Spirit.
CCNC.
CNC is definitely getting dumpstered in CS, but you did say, like,
Game state is fine.
game state is fine for Ember. Like, overall, he will do well against Lina. It's just the laning phase is going to be a little bit of a sticking point.
I mean, that's always like an Ember thing, though.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when Ember used to lane against Monkey.
Uh-huh.
You knew that the lane was going to be absolute hell,
Yeah.
but you also knew that eventually he was going to recover.
Slight to be able to dodge the LSA. Another healing salve being blown. He's just ferrying so much regen into that lane.
Let me say, by the way, it always feels good to play Mag against melee cores.
Because, like, an easier skewer back.
I mean, eventually you're going to get an RP, right?
Yeah,
It's just how it kind of works. Like, the more melee cores there are, the better opportunities you'll have as the game goes on.
sure.
I think that's the main thing. So when you see this Sven, you feel okay because you know, like, I'm going to RP this dude at some point.
Yeah, I can control him.
Yeah. Whereas, like,
But just like the Primal Roar against the BKB PA, it's like, I will have a BKB piercing disable to control Sven.
it's different than, like, for example, sometimes you have to play Mag against, like, all range heroes that have, like, and half of them have some escape ability.
Yeah.
Then it's really tilting. Because it's just hard to, like, get anything going, and then you look really bad.
Dude, look at this. This is like the 5th salve that CCNC has brought to this lane. Can I see the net worth, actually? I'm just curious, like, how low his net worth. Dude, 830 net worth on CCNC. He's blown through so many salves, he's actually below everybody on the side of TNC. This is a 4 Ember Spirit right now. 11 CS. He's almost blown a salve for every 2 CS he's gotten.
I mean, he pretty much has.
That is... Holy crap. Armel is pissed off, dude.
Good, he needs to be.
Dude, he needs to be after that last game. Like, he's got to get something going for him, and he's going to rotate over to make sure they get the bounty runes. That's 3 for TNC. I think they got 3 out of the 4 of the first ones as well.
Dire's middle tower.
If I'm not mistaken, Tim's trying to get some sort of ancient deny or something. CNC is here. Gonna try and throw out the brambles and get away, but he's just gonna be pulled back by the shockwave from CCNC, who really needed the last hit on that kill.
Old Alex Honnold.
Yes. For those of you who don't know, CCNC was a big fan of that, what was it? Free
Solo.
Free Solo. About the rock climbing.
He's had that name for like a year now.
Yeah.
Bottom.
They're gonna try to go for the burrow strike. He already got off the healing ward, but he do manage to kill the healing ward, doing a lot of damage with these Chen creeps. But Yawar, really cool play, eating through those trees like that, and just barely lives as a result. Cuckoo needs another 2 seconds to be able to get the burrow strike up. MSS has spotted him. Can they actually bring him down? Maybe he turns.
And
He's
during
not
that
gonna burrow
time,
strike up MSS, but Armel killing CCNC.
oh man,
Ah, he got rooted.
got rooted.
And they killed him before level 6. Now Armel's going to have level 7 before CCNC picks up his ultimate.
Still on track for what an Ember game looks like, I would say. Although mid lane, he's got to be careful here.
He does manage to get his level 6 after he just barrels through and kills a bunch of creeps.
He's just gonna run down now. Still has another Observer Ward too. Took them both off the courier, it looks like. Probably asking his team, where do you guys want this one?
AU being chased around by MSS right now.
I love that.
Who's
shot, by the
slowly
way.
burning MSS of mana with the Mana Stealer. Which is a bit of a misnomer, because he doesn't actually steal the mana, he just burns it.
You could have just said Mana Burner.
Yeah. Yeah, Valve. Rotation up to the top lane. CCNC, he wants to, or excuse me, Armel, he wants to be able to kill Snake King's Enchantress, blow him up with a Laguna Blade and try and go for a push, but sadly it seems Snake King is a bit wise to this. He's playing quite passive, far to the left-hand side, as it's pretty clear there is a missing hero in the mid lane. Still though, even if the mid lane's gone terribly, the two side lanes for Newbee have been doing okay for themselves. Juggernaut is second in the net worth right now, and the Enchantress is actually slightly ahead of the Sven. And he's going to be working towards a fast minus, it looks like. Snake King is going to be going a bit greedy.
I haven't seen this build on Ench yet.
No, I haven't.
What did you
Most of the time, people go completely different builds.
Yeah.
Maybe this is a reaction towards how his Ember's doing?
Yeah.
I could see that.
He thinks to himself like he's going to have to do more of the damage late game carrying.
Yeah. He's like, maybe if I have a bit of a better game, it'll take pressure off my Ember.
Tim's tries to hit the Bramble after the LSA. Doesn't actually land it. Cuckoo trying to burrow strike away from the spin, but you are now that he's outside of the Sandstorm. It's so easy to get an Omni Slash on him. Bring down the Sand King, and thanks to the Empower, go back to farming up. This is going to be one of those dangerous things, is that a Juggernaut, thanks to the Empower, he has that steroid to be able to keep up in net worth with the Sven. And in fact, he's 1,000 gold ahead of that Sven right now. Gabby is going to stack up for himself as a nice big hard game stack. So we're going to watch him farm that up. It does mean that Snake King has the free lane at top right now. And AU, this is a little cute play. He's actually cutting the creep wave, so it's not like Snake King has a chance to pressure the tower while the Sven is away. I've never seen that before. That's kind of interesting.
Do you play Chen?
kidding?
Maybe that's why not?
I mean, have you ever seen that?
No,
Like
not
the safe laner leaves the lane and a support cuts the off lane to prevent the tower from being pressured?
It is a cool play.
Yeah.
I don't disagree with you. But Chen's like sort of unique in his ability to do that
Oh,
as
yeah.
a support. So
No
that's what I
other
meant.
support's going to be able
I've
to
seen
do
people
something
like
that.
drag.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, nice smoke play to be able to dodge that last impetus shot.
I actually think that's worth to not die
Sure.
in that situation. Like, I think the gold trade-off actually sort of works in your favor. Although, I guess the argument to be made against that is like smokes are more valuable because of the potential resource that you gain.
Yeah. I mean, that's a 10-minute cooldown. So
Yeah, exactly.
we've seen plenty of game-winning smokes. I'm really feeling like TNC is going to look a lot better for this game. Even, you know, excusing the whole Armel looks just a lot better in his mid lane stuff. The not having that vision advantage, Newbee seem to be really smart about how they play with Beastmasters. So, Snaking with his pure damage is going to try and quickly address that Siege Wagon. Cuckoo is going to be gone on those CCNC. They want to be able to root out this Sand King. They have the sentry laid out into the trees. Cuckoo's trying to find it right now, but won't be able to get there in time as he gets skewered away and even RP'd by MSS. Both teams try to go for the trade-off of safe lane towers right now. If TNC can do this without the Sven, it'll be a nice, because it means the Sven is just farming up the jungle this entire time, but I don't think UR is going to allow it to happen.
He doesn't want to give it up for free.
And nor should he. They don't really have a BKB piercing disable. They don't have a good instant disable against him right now.
Part of the problem, though, is he's just going to get out-farmed. In terms of levels, especially because the CM has to just spend her entire time down here.
Yeah.
She's just soaking from the jug. Whereas, like,
Yeah.
Sven, I mean, already level 11. Compare
Yeah.
that to Yawar's level 7.
Dude, Juggernaut had a 1,000 net worth lead like 3-4 minutes ago. And now Gabby has a massive experience lead and a net worth lead, and he only just now picked up his Midas, so you can't even say it was the Midas's fault.
No, he's just being a little bit more efficient. And Sven's ability to farm that ancient stack so early. Plus, like, Jug versus the Sand King in lane. Like, if you notice, the Sand King felt fine, I think.
Yeah.
Overall speaking, like, he did die twice, but in that kind of situation, I think he's fine with dying as many times as he did.
Sure. Vlad's all ready for AU. This is a really farm Chen. He's actually going to turn and fight TNC. Oh, God, he's losing this fight. Fortunately, he doesn't get hit by the Burrow Strike, but he is still controlled up enough that he dies. That, I mean, now it's CNC's turn to be, like, tilted because of a bad laning phase and just out of his element, I guess.
Yeah, he's trying to move in a little bit too much for things. He just doesn't have the farm cap, nor does he have the levels.
Yeah.
To really go for any of these things. And, I mean, part of it, too, is that, look at how farmed this Chen is, by the way. He's level 8, he's got Hand of God, and he's got a Vlad's.
Yep.
Do you think he's dying to CCNC if he runs into a solo?
No.
Almost definitely not. Like, but whereas, if anybody runs into Gabby at this point, or even Armel, they're 100% dying.
Yeah.
He's almost got a Yule Scepter on himself. I think the Echo Saber is almost complete, too, on the Sven, yes. Like, he decided to go Midas first, actually, which is why it's delayed. But it's also power leveling him like crazy. Whereas like Yawar is level 9 right now. He's desperately trying to get something going.
It's almost like because he wasn't willing to like give up his safe lane like Sven was. You know, Sven just abandoned lane and was able to stack for himself and farm up neutrals at an incredibly fast rate. And Juggernaut just wasn't able/willing to do the same. Wanted to be able to keep his safe lane tower alive for a long time. But as you said, with Crystal Maiden soaking experience, it's a long way for the Mag can't hang around that part of the map the entire time just to empower a Juggernaut. There's going to be the Blink Dagger up on Sand King, so TNC might push a faster pace to this game because it's been a little slow on kills, 3-3 at 14 minutes in, but now they have the big initiator. Chen can move him around the map as well, as we're going to see that happen just here. If you Epicenter and Burrow Strike, that might be enough burst damage to bring down Snake King.
Snaking with this Midas build, not really the tankiest quite yet.
It's definitely enough with Tim's. He doesn't even have to precast Epicenter, I think. He could just go for it.
They're going to go for it.
He's going to try and get the precast. Yeah, blink.
Oh,
no.
no.
Dude, when you have Tim's there,
Dude,
I
why?
don't think you need to precast the Epicenter.
You can just
burrow.
You can just Burrow Strike ult.
Yeah, just burrow. Tim's will hit the brambles. They will be able to get the boundary. That's
actually fairly significant that they blew that.
Yeah.
They waited quite a bit into those tree lines.
That would have punished the Midas build for the Enchantress and slowed her down. But now he's actually keeping pace with Armel a bit, thanks to the Hand of Midas. Plus, Sand King kind of needed a kill like that. He's not been doing great when it comes to net worth. Our Juggernaut has kind of caught up with Gabby, but at the same time, they've also taken more towers, and Gabby is about to rectify that with his showing up at the bottom lane, but all of Newbee are going to come in and try and defend the safe lane tower. The stun going out.
Oh,
Sven's
look at the
actually
Sven.
taking
He's getting
so
ripped
much
apart.
damage from this pure damage. The impetus is too much for him to handle. Now, Armel, he's maybe feeling that mid-game against an Ember Spirit. Fortunately, Cuckoo was there to be able to bail him out instantly. That Observer Ward placed and dewarded.
That Sven got ripped apart. Gabby walked in all confident. He strutted in. You know, he did the Vince McMahon walk in.
Yeah. The
And he
exaggerated arm swings.
proceeded to blow out both his knees. Instantly, quads are gone. Snake King just like 4-shot him.
Dude, that feels so terrible when you've been farming jungle for a first time and you're like, I have my timing. You just kind of like misread the game in a way.
Yeah.
And you're like, my timing is now, guys, we can do stuff, and you just instantly die.
I mean, the two worst parts are like A, that happening, and B, the fact that his Midas has been on cooldown now.
Oh, no.
All it's going to teach him is I should have never left the jungle. And because of that, the Jug is kind of caught up a little bit. Not quite, but when it comes to at least levels, he's not in a bad position, and net worth, he's only 300 behind. Like,
honestly, as soon as he left that safe lane and started farming up Ancients with Empower, like the Sven has been doing, he actually started catching up pretty fast. not expect Newbee versus TNC to be such a farm-heavy game, though.
I feel like aside from Secret, a lot of people. I think aside from Secret and Infamous, we've seen a lot of farm.
Yeah.
Aside from like the usual suspects, the teams that are doing well are playing really quick. For example, Secret, OG, Navi, and Infamous all played very fast Dota.
Yeah.
And as a result, like we got good series. And the teams that, like VP, for example, I feel like are playing at a snail's pace compared to what they normally do. Somebody linked it to me lately. Their games have just been going on longer and longer. And I think that's, I don't know what the problem is. Because TNC for me as well is like a very aggressive team, but you know, they have this sort of lineup where I feel like there is options to get aggressive, but for whatever reason, they're being relatively passive here. And in fact, it's Newbee. Newbee does not have a pushing team, let me tell you, and they're still going for it. Like,
yeah. The Dust missed Cuckoo there. He was just a bit too far away, and so it means the Slight didn't actually find the Sand King. And Cuckoo successfully defends the mid tower. This is why I was talking about the Nyx Assassin in the draft, because it's so hard to push towers into this sandstorm. And Nyx Assassin was one of the solutions that many teams found. CCC, what a sleight of fist, dodging the LSA. Then LSA would have led to Brambles, and then who knows what could have happened from there.
yeah. Net worth, though, is still going pretty decently for TNC.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
All
as long
things
as they
considered.
continue to defend their towers, right? Sven will always... Like, he has his own empower. He doesn't need somebody else to help him farm.
That sounds so ridiculous to hear. He has his own empower.
Yeah. 20-minute bounty runes are coming up. Veil of Discord for Sand King. Significant upgrade in damage. So TNC, just the state of the game feels really nice for them, I think. We'll see whether or not it's not quite a single core Sven, but I kind of feel that way. We'll see how well he's able to handle this Newbee lineup as CCC is going to try. Oh, he gets bro struck. LSA kind of chaining that one a little bit, but it doesn't matter. They have more than enough damage. The throw CCNC's way to be able to burst him down. The God Strength activated by Gabby. He just kind of struts forward, chasing back Newbee. No objectives to take from there, but good enough to be able to kill the mid laner by itself. And, uh-oh, freezing fields. He doesn't have a TP. That's on cooldown. Tim's is going to be saved by the Chen, actually, but Yawar, he's still going to be able to chase him down. Chen tried to pull him back, but the damage was there to stop it. BKB is up for the Sven, by the way. He is coming online fast. He's ready to take more team fights. He had that early stumble, but honestly, they weren't punished for it too much because they didn't lose their mid tower. Cuckoo defended that well. Now Gabby. He'll be the one to try and protect. He has to be a little bit scared of snaking, though. That's his weakness. That's his kryptonite. It's all that pure damage. He's going to get chained up. Snaking,
They
not
really
even
wanna
targeting
defend this
Gabby.
tower?
They want to be able to finish off that tower. They have the
Here comes
epicenter
the Sand
initiation
King.
with a burrow strike. That's going to be a lot of damage on the CCNC, and Luke going to play. It's going to be enough to finish him off. Coco, he will die in return. The Omni Slash bouncing in. RP being attempted, now used as MSS locks down the Sven and lets his team be able to get away. Tim's does the same with the Terrorize.
Oh, it's going to
But
catch
it's going to be able
Snaking,
to
though.
catch Snaking. Thanks to that, Armel is going to start laying out some damage with the double damage. But Snaking, he wakes up fast enough to be able to get a little bit of distance away from Tim's. Only half the damage from that Bedlam goes out. The Old Scepter and LSA miss. Another stun coming in. He's actually so tanky with the combination of miss spells
He's gonna beat
and
him back.
chain stuns. He's fine.
He's actually going to beat him back. And another stun by Armel, who's hit like 4 in a row now, but will not lead to any further kills. You saw MSS there, had to commit the RP to that backline. Was just trying to beat that Sven back. And CCNC, that was not successful for him. That's twice now where it felt like he just got caught back to back.
Yes.
He's trying to frontline for his team. Play off the slight. Just trying to overplay his hero, it almost feels like, but...
They almost need to. Who are we watching that had the off-lane Enchantress that frontline for people?
Was it Seb?
Yeah. Seb did that.
Yeah.
For OG. It almost feels like he's got to do that now. Like Ember Spirit should relinquish that role. Give that to the Enchantress. We're going to watch Pylite die. Quickly get bursted down on the Crystal Maiden. Oh, but this is a much bigger kill. An Invis Rune and a Shadow Blade. CC&C hit by the LSA. The Bramble's going to be there as well. That is a dead Ember Spirit. 3 deaths in 3 minutes.
Is that really how fast it's been?
Pretty close. I might be exaggerating.
I like the alliteration. Sorry. 3 and 3.
Yeah, that looks about 3 minutes.
That is rough for CCNC.
Wait, he did die 3 times, right?
Yeah. I think so. Didn't he?
All the way back there? No, there's no way. Didn't he die on the Rune fight?
Is under attack.
Oh, yeah.
There it is. Yeah. There's only one. I think there might be a missing event there on that graph. I'm so certain he died 3 times in the, like, very short period of time because he died for the 20-minute bounty round.
It doesn't matter. It's all good, Austin. Dota's wrong, not you.
3 deaths in 3 minutes for CC&C Ember Spirit as we approach the 24th minute. He's going to try and go for a BKB next item because it's been a rough one for him. He needs that defensive item. I kind of understand why he feels like he needs a front line because of the Midas build of the Enchantress and how she specifically threatens the Sven. They want her to sit in the back line. They need that distance, but he just keeps on taking shots. Newbee, the rest of the team is going to be here. They have the RP, the Omni Slash on top of the Sven as well, but they're so tanky. They are going to be able to split that damage pretty nicely. And Gabby with God Strength and a BKB. There's going to be buyback from both the Snaking as well as CC&C, but bye-bye, Pylite die. Now Gabby going to be chased by CC&C. Will be able to hit him with the chains, but can man fight him? Just has to slow him down and let Snaking do the real damage. Yawar will claim the kill. Gabby does fall, but it costs him 2 buybacks on 2 cores.
If CCNC somehow got right-clicked down again and just died, that would have been like the tilt of the century. As they're going to walk into the Roshan pit right now.
Yep.
They want to take this. It's very easy with Enchantress. You can just tank it. Let Roshan hit her instead.
Oh yeah, between that and the healing ward, Enchantress will be full health.
Plus, they do have Epicenter, but without the Sven, I don't know how much they actually want to fight this. I feel like they should be a little bit reluctant here. But it looks like they're going to go for it anyways as the Sankey is going to lay it out.
Bold Sandstorm, and then Burrow strikes to the other side of the cliff, so they can't really stop him. And they're going to have to choose to fight for this Roshan underneath the Sandstorm, constantly taking this damage. And the healing ward, he's actually going to wear out. So no, the damage, he's going to be consistent. But Cuckoo's very low on this side here. He's going to Burrow strike back in. Can he actually grab it? He gets it, Cuckoo! He steals the Aegis, and now, are they going to be able to get out a 2-man LSA? Cuckoo's back in, another round of Sandstorm. Look at this Magnus, he's dead as well. And Yawar had to just leave the fight. He's been caught by the Bedlam. He's going to mant up a Cuckoo, catches them again with the Epicenter. Cuckoo comes in clutch. He just wins a massive fight for TNC, and TNC bows down, tipping Cuckoo for single-handedly winning them a massive fight. We're going to watch that one again.
He just outclicks the hell out of him, and that just ruins any hope that Newbee has to win this as he stuns in. I actually think the Ember damage got that, made that worse.
Yeah. Because he finished off Roshan while Yawar was stunned, yeah.
This has not been... of course he can't predict that.
Yeah.
That's not really his fault, but it just kind of goes to show that things have snowballed in the worst possible direction for CCNC.
Yeah, it
like,
really has.
Him going in there actually hurt their chances. Otherwise, they would have just killed him.
Yeah.
They would have killed Cuckoo and nothing taken for it as...
And Pilot is like, I can't defend, guys, so I'm just going to run down a lane. And Tim's is like, you're not going anywhere.
I will take that kill. And he absolutely does. They are in such a good position right now. TNC up 11K. They are going to rest back 3rd place away from the hands of Newbee at this rate. A split series would still keep them a little bit ahead in the rankings. The Jug now has a Scotty, but I actually think he lacks for damage.
Yeah. I mean, he had the Scotty in the last fight, too, and it didn't look great.
I don't actually think this does anything against this Sven.
Agreed.
Part of the reason
was there a better item for him?
I don't know, because part of the problem is like he doesn't really want to go Mjolnir anymore, since the Sven has that BKB.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's still just good for his hero.
Well, there's also magic resistance auras. That's also a problem
Oh my
from the Chen, right?
God.
Because Ember has been neutered in his game and his counter
about-
of the Chen, right?
Oh yeah, Chen XD. He's
Like-
got 3 of them.
CCNC has to, I think he has to start going into a physical damage build, but it's so hard when you're this far behind. He hasn't even finished up his BKB. He's not even close to his BKB.
What do you mean physical damage build, man? He's got drums.
Yeah, that man's not thinking about damage in the slightest. He's just trying to think about surviving.
Oh yeah, the Chen auras. I forgot about those. I was like, why aren't they going Mjolnir's? Ah, wait.
Ah. Magic damage has been countered.
Great stuff.
There are 3 damages in the game, and Chen counters one of them. Armel. I think he assumes that someone like the Ember Spirit or Juggernaut is going to push out the bottom lane. Nobody is, so Armel will do that instead.
14k lead. Much better game from TNC. Mainly because they just have heroes that can do stuff this time around.
Yeah.
Which sounds like weird, but last game...
Also, they had the better late game.
Yeah,
Like-
and they just have cores that can enable each other.
Yeah.
It's not even about the better late game for me or whatever. It's just that I really felt like that PA was left out to dry, especially with the item builds that everyone decided to go.
Yeah.
Kunkka core versus Sand King core, like Sand King's just gonna deal more damage as a virtue of being alive and having his own way of initiating. Like a Blink Stun's always just gonna feel better than
Then an X
Torrent at
stun.
that point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like once the game starts to progress and everyone gets BKBs.
Yeah. Especially since the OD was like directly there to counter the Kunkka with the imprisonment.
Yes, hard agree.
7-16, 30-minute bounty runes coming up. Newbee.
Plus, with MSS being Mag 4, I think Armel was like relishing the 1v1. He's like, I am going to get a 1v1. There's no way a Mag can really kill me unless I mess up.
Yeah.
Let's do this. And then CCNC just bought like 4 salves.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
What?
Like, I've talked about regen making the difference. Like, if you look at the CS and you look at the net worth, there's a difference there. But I don't think I've ever seen, like, just such a clear picture of, like, oh, yeah, half of his net worth has gone to salves.
Mm-hmm. It sort of just told you, like, how the lane was going to.
Yeah.
Part of it was that one time he double popped the salve just to be able to heal to full. Remember when Armel caught him? He just wasn't deep enough in the tree line.
And the advantage grows for TNC. This time it's their time to just relish in the slower game and just say, yes, we have a hard carry who's getting bigger and bigger, and there's nothing you can do to stop him.
And there was that one time where he thought that, and then he got 4-shot by the bench. So let's
True.
let's slow it down a little bit.
They do have BKB on snaking, and he's close to level 3 impetus. Looks like Ags is just not a thing anymore for Enchantress. He's gonna go AC as his next item. Don't think I've seen too many Assault Cuirass Enchantresses.
No, I mean this entire build was, you know, this is a world first for me. The Midas into BKB Dragonlance. I don't even know what other hero would go for something like that.
Yeah. Guardian Greaves for the Chen, so now he counters some physical damage. You've got the Boots of Travel for the Sand King. You combine the fact that Chen can pull people around the map. Didn't really talk too much about that, but it was a bit of a factor. You get superior map control, and you start getting Boots of Travels. It feels like there's nowhere you can go that TNC can't fight.
Oh, that is a Moon Shard.
Who?
Okay.
Who?
So instead of going for a Maelstrom, he just straight up went Moon Shard. Because he's like, well, I won't get the magic damage, but I do need... He is correct that he needs the attack speed so badly for his ulti. Just the interaction between the hits in between the guaranteed ones that you get.
Yeah.
I think it's so important. That's why Mjolnir, for the most part, unless you're in this specific situation, you have to get.
Hey, CCNC got an item. BKB at 33 minutes as the second item. The funny part is that like CCNC's game got totally ruined, but Snake King had a great start. Picked up a hand of Midas, and they're actually even in net worth. Goes to show how this Enchantress is certainly fallen off as well. There was that brief shining moment where she killed that Sven, and it was like, damn, this Enchantress is going to be a beast. And
That was like 20 minutes ago now.
yeah.
That's when Cuckoo finally, or not Cuckoo, Gabby finally popped his head out, and he's like, what's going on, guys? Heard you need me? And then he died, and he was like, okay. I'll never do that again for you.
Cuckoo is going to catch somebody, and it's going to be Pylai Die. You can force staff all you want, Pi. You're not getting out of here alive. And now 10 armor for the Sand King, so he is significantly tankier. Seen that be a problem for them. He's going to make the initiation onto the Enchantress immediately. Laguna Blade, Shivas, and just tons of burst damage. Oh, what an RP! Gabby, though, is still alive. The Omni Slash can actually do enough, though. They're so tanky. Cuckoo, who took most of the Omni Slashes, doesn't even come close to death. Between the 10 armor, the Guardian Greaves, and the Chen heals, it's too much. CCNC will try and drag them away, but the double damage Gabby overwhelms him. And
CCNC,
that is going to be the game.
That was a funny death. He's just like, you know what? Add one to the list.
Yeah.
As he's going to go for it again.
No buybacks of many of these heroes. A fast initiation on CCNC with the Terrorize. Follow up the stun. Sven, that's good enough. CCNC, how many deaths is that, Scriff? GG. 9 deaths.
9 deaths.
9 deaths in 35 minutes.
And he probably cost them the potential comeback Roche fight.
That man almost spent more time dead than alive in this game.
Let me say that was the roughest game that I've seen him have this tournament.
Yes.
And it was not. It did not. That was not a feels good, man.
No.
That was.
That's definitely what CCNC would say.
He's like, oh boy. In the lane, he just kind of got the crap kicked out of him. It felt like we just watched him die over and over again.
Yeah.
Just never really got his bearings straight. Picked up his items so late. Phase boots came at 10 minutes. I want to say at that time, the Lina had phase boots 3 minutes faster. And like 4 minutes later, she had a Yule Scepter. My boy CCNC, he had a Sage's Mask. Like, that's not. That's usually when you can tell, just like the one-to-one comparison. You're like,
yeah. Rough game for Newbee, and it does mean they are not able to take that third place slot away from TNC.
but great game from Armel.
Great game for Armel. I'm sure he's just like that game
that
once
one back.
behind me. Never looking back.
It's not
Never
even his.
looking-
I mean, he got ganked.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
a
yeah,
rough
yeah.
combo too.
It was
It's
a
like
rough combo.
OD
I mean,
plus
there's
Marana.
similar bad, like a sort of a rough matchup for the laning phase for CCNC, and then
Yeah.
just a lot of bad things happen. But we gotta go to a break. We gotta let GodZ and Lacoste take over for the last series of the night. Don't know what game that is, but
Love you
GodZ
guys.
and Lacoste are great casters, so stick around, watch them. Bye bye.